All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. It's your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel. It's going to be a quick lesson going into the times that we're in, how cruel and harsh it's about to get in these streets throughout Babylon the Great, throughout the world, but specifically speaking here in Babylon the Great, the place that's set for great future judgments, which is the so-called United States of America. And I say so-called because there's more division in today's society now more than ever. And it's going to continue to divide. It's going to continue to get worse. And it's by design. Ultimately, from the one the world ignorantly calls God, whose true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, because it's biblical prophecy. The scriptures say, if Satan's kingdom be divided, it cannot stand but hath an end, and we are most definitely in Satan's kingdom. And his physical counterpart is the so-called white man Esau Edom, who runs this current world. It's his world. But the elites of this world, who are indeed Edomites, specifically of the tribe of Amalek, the tiny tops, they have detailed plans on dividing these people. Everyone is divided in every which way. In every way that people can be divided, people are divided. The men and women are divided, the races are divided, which the races have always been divided, but there's more racial tension now more than ever. People with different belief systems are divided. People with similar belief systems are divided. So forth and so on. And right now we're living in a time of history, as the scriptures say, there's no new thing under the sun. We're living in a time similar to the 40s of Germany. Okay, when you do your research on the guy with the funny mustache and his government, we're living in a very similar time. If you do the research on that whole time period, a lot of the same plays are being run. And Nero 47, DJT, is just following a similar playbook. Okay? These so-called ICE agents are your modern day Gestapo, your modern day jackboots, and their boots are on the ground. They're on a mission. And right now it's starting with these illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, right? They just came out and said that they now have full immunity. People are getting put to death by these agents, and it's going to continue. It's going to get worse. And that they now have access or permittance to go into people's homes, violating their so-called constitutional rights. All right, and that constitution thing is it's already being stripped away, but it's going to continue to be stripped away until it's utterly gone. These people here in America, which is supposed to stand for liberty and freedom and people having rights, that's going straight in the toilet. Okay, people are going to lose their so-called rights. So they will be going door to door looking for so-called illegal aliens. They're going to be taking people out of homes, taking children, old people. It doesn't matter. And you have a lot of people right now that are against it, that are speaking out against it, saying that it's wrong. But you also have a lot of people that are for it, especially these so-called white people, Esau. But you got a lot of Edomites that's against it, that are ashamed about it, people on the left. But of course, a lot of these Trumpers, these MAGAs, they're happy about it. Ignorantly or unknowing to the fact that they're in the line too. Eventually, they'll be snatched up too. Okay, it's starting with immigrants, but it's not going to end with immigrants. It's going to end with average, everyday Americans. Born citizens are going to get snatched up too. You got a lot of so-called Negroes here in America, born here, been here for generations, saying this is not our fight, and are acting nonchalant, when in reality they're up next for sure. We understand the different laws that are on the books, but also a lot of the different agendas that Esau has planned to eradicate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which they're grabbing up natives as well. Okay? I've seen videos of that. They're also saying that a driver license or a regular state ID is not good enough to prove your citizenship because the DMVs are compromised. So you have to have a passport. And a lot of Jake doesn't have passports. But we understand where this is all leading to. This is leading to Esau's NWO agenda. People getting taken and put into concentration camps. Right? And again, it's just starting with the immigrants. You look up what was going on in the 30s and really the 40s in Germany. They might have said they were going after a certain people, but they were snatching up a lot of people. And you had a lot of those tiny tops that was working with the dude with the funny mustache, because they were thinking that they were on the safe side. They were thinking that they were good. And you have that going on today. A lot of these ICE agents are so-called Latinos. A lot of them are Negroes, right? And you had a brother in the camp, right? Put in the chat how he's working with somebody on the job, and which is a so-called Haitian, which they're definitely going after Haitians as well. Got a lot of Haitians here illegally. But he showed them how basically he's working for ICE. He's not an official ICE agent, but he's getting paid by ICE to snitch on different people that's illegal, getting paid for every person that he turns in. And he himself is illegal. Which, again, if you look at what was going on in Germany, you had a lot of that. And that is the worst kind of nigga. But you have a lot of these niggas here today, just like during the times of slavery and prior to slavery. Esau likes to make the argument that, black people sold other black people into slavery, which is true. We understand that Ham was involved, but a lot of it was tribes of Jake that were warring against each other, and the different prisoners of war of the losing tribes were the ones sold into slavery. Or else, why would there be so many of our people still in Africa? There's millions of Jakes in Africa. Those are the descendants of the ones that didn't get enslaved, or the ones that were selling the slaves. Okay? And you got a lot of those same kind of niggas of the day that were on the plantation telling master about the rebellion. Right? A lot of Negroes were also slave catchers. So a lot of those spirits are back on the earth today. So there's going to be a whole lot of betrayal going on in the earth. A whole lot of cruelty. As the scriptures say, the hearts of many going to wax cold. Okay, and like the brother said, the brother Ramak, that's, is why it's called ice. It's spiritual. The love of many waxing cold. Ice. So it's about to get very icy out here. Very spicy and icy. So with that being said, I'm just going to get a few scriptures. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, meaning warfare, violence in the earth. People shooting each other left and right, bullets flying, which is your modern day sword. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. What's that? People going into other people's houses. Because right now we're starting with these ICE troops. And they hiring anybody that need a job, anybody that need work. Yeah, there's one journalist who has been speaking out against ICE and these different tactics from the beginning, and she applied to ICE and got hired, showing you they're not doing no real research on the people that they're hiring. She used all her real information, and she got hired quickly. They so-called giving out $50,000 signing bonuses, which Trump acquired billions of dollars to put into ICE. So you got a lot of these niggas, it came out, somebody did a dox on ICE. You got a lot of them that were in January 6th. A lot of these so-called Proud Boys, the leader of the Proud Boys, he won. And he's a damn nigga, blockhead Cuban, if I'm not mistaken. Cube head. Which, we happy to see you niggas get rounded up, because you niggas wicked as all hell. But it's just showing you the intent of people's hearts today. These people are cold. Okay, we have a reason to hate you niggas. We hate you niggas with a righteous hatred. These people hate each other with a wicked hatred, thinking that they're better than each other, and they all damn wicked. Everybody is doing whatever the hell they gotta do to survive. And that's what it comes down to, surviving. People gotta eat. It's a dog eat dog world. But those of us that trust in the Lord, when we endure to the end, the Lord is gonna provide for us. So we ain't gotta resort to no wicked tactics and shit just to eat. But these people don't have that kind of faith. And the Lord ain't with them anyway. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. People rising up against the government, right? Salakia, you have Trump getting ready to pass the Insurrection Act, which is going to lead to martial law, lead to more deployment of National Guard and even bringing the military out. So it's going to be more chaos on these streets. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning people going to do whatever they have to do to survive. People not going to care about law and order, which is going to cause the government to come down with that hammer, which is exactly what they want to do, order out of chaos. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. What's that? More lockdowns, more checkpoints, cities being cut off, bridges being shut down. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And in ancient times, your neighbor was your similar tribesman, somebody that looked like you, somebody you grew up with. But in these days, these people don't even know their next door neighbor. In a lot of these big cities, every man is for themselves. These people are totally selfish. There's no sense of community, no sense of family anymore. So it's going to be easy for people, for this prophecy to be fulfilled. It's going to be easy for these things to take place. It's not going to take long at all. People are already moving like this. No love out here, man. So how much more people of other nations, these Edomites, going to be slaying Edomites? How much more you so-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans? And again, the government doesn't care about these average everyday Edomites either. They're going to have to fight against the government. It's going to shock them like hell when they find out that they're on the list too. They in line too. If they're not with this system. And a lot of these Edomites is not with the NWO because they are totally brainwashed by the idea that America is supposed to be free and have liberties and rights. So they're gonna fight like hell to keep them. And the government knows that. A lot of these so-called white Christians and conservatives and all that, man. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Again, it's all going to come down to survival. That's all it's going to be about, man. And let me jump down. No. Go to the next chapter. It's the 2nd Ezra 16, Salakia, and verse 67. I'll get to the point. Verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. That's these ICE agents, that's the National Guard, that's the military, these different militia groups that are going to be, what's the word? Basically, they're going to get deputized. Okay, they're going to be used to come after you niggas by the government. They're going to be given immunity. And they training right now. A lot of these different white supremacists and fringe groups that hate you niggas right now online got different websites talking about they can't wait to the race wars begin. And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And ultimately, that's talking about the MOTB, which is going to be the solution to all this hell that's coming. That charagma, which you should know what that is by now. And everything is leading to that. When the dollar collapses, when society collapses, right? This whole, they're going to need a system that is going to prove who's American and who's not, who has rights and who's not. So that's when it's going to come down to the wire. That's when we're going to see who is really about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and who isn't. Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right? A lot of you niggas that want to join hand in hand with ICE and right? Like that wicked ass Haitian that want to join the slave patrol. You're going to get used and then you're going to get abused. A lot of you jakes that's going to take that MOTB thinking that covenant that you're making with Esau is going to prolong your life. Them devils going to turn around and slay you. And if they don't, you're going to get slayed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You're going to eat a missile. Right? Salakia. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So that's the government coming down with that great wrath, doing whatever they have to do to get who they deem as enemies of the state off the street, which that insurrection act is coming. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, right? Old, young, babies, it don't matter, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And that starts with the elect, that starts with brothers that's in this truth, but the Lord is going to lift up a standard for the men, women, and children that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? But they want to get all you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because they know you're Israelites. So they want to get rid of you. Period. Okay? And this is the key point. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So that's when it's going to be made manifest who's truly for the Lord and who isn't. And Lord willing, we be found to be for the Lord. But we're going to be tried. This is the trying time that's coming. And none of us are exempt from judgment. That's why we have to make sure we're doing what we have to do. Staying locked in the spirit. And showing love to each other. Which is showing love to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So that's basically it. That's all I really wanted to speak on. Lord willing, it was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And to the next one, shalom.